Something is shifting, and I'm not just talking about politics or economics, but creation itself. From the heavens above to the seas to the ground beneath our feet, they're all testifying at once. We're seeing signs in the heavens that we have never before seen. We're being told that this is a year of the flood, and we're seeing earthquakes rise exponentially. So what does this all mean? Well, we're going to talk about that today. In fact, we're going to talk about these events that have occurred in the month of October. An absolutely gigantic space rock that has a mass larger than 33 billion tons will be making its closest approach to Earth on December 19th. We are being told that this gigantic space rock does not pose a threat, but all of a sudden a special training exercise that is exclusively focused on Comet 3I Atlas has been scheduled for a 2-month period beginning on November 27th, 2025 and ending on January 27th, 2026. Needless to say, Comet 3I Atlas will make its closest approach to Earth during that 2-month period. Could it be possible that they have just discovered something about this gigantic space rock that they aren't telling us? There's been so much speculation about it because it's unlike anything that astronomers have ever seen before. We know it originated outside of our solar system, and that means that it had to travel a vast distance to get here. We also know that it is very large. We are being told that it has a minimum diameter of 5 kilometers, and it is now being estimated that it weighs more than 33 billion tons. That is one big rock. Can you imagine what would happen if something like that actually hit us? Scientists continue to insist on calling it a comet. But if it is a comet, it sure is acting very strangely. At one point, it had an anti-tail, and now it's being reported that it has just performed a dramatic tail reversal. That is really weird. Scientists are also telling us that this tail reversal has happened because Comet 3I Atlas is now much closer to the sun. The weeks ahead will reveal a lot about this colossal space rock. It will be closest to the sun in late October, which is now, and we shall see if that alters the trajectory of the comet at all. Hopefully, it won't. Hopefully, it will just fly out of our solar system and never return. But many are alarmed that this particular alleged comet has just been added to a list of potentially dangerous near-Earth objects. On Tuesday, officials with IAWN admitted that the object was causing unique challenges for predicting its trajectory and decided to add the 3I Atlas to the Comet astronomy campaign. I don't like the sound of that last sentence at all. What do they mean by unique challenges? Is there something that they aren't telling us? And why are they running a special training exercise that will exclusively be focused on this particular atlas from November 27th to January 27th? Now, hopefully, there's no cause for alarm, but something about all this just doesn't smell right. It is currently being projected that Comet 3I Atlas will make its closest approach to Earth on December 19th. If it behaves the way it is supposed to behave, it shouldn't come anywhere near our planet. But between now and then, let's just keep a really close eye on it. So what do you think? Is it a comet, a spaceship, or something entirely different? So we're going to play a little bit of a game. If you guys think it's a comet, comment below this video the number 1. If you think it's a spaceship, 2. And if you think it's something entirely different, who knows, 3. I want to hear from you guys. But with that said, let's move along and talk about these floods that we have been seeing. Now, the Bible calls it the days of Noah, but we're being told that it's the year of the flood. Widespread flooding slammed into Nigeria on October 17th, taking 238 lives. Heavy seasonal rainfalls has caused the widespread flooding across 27 of Nigeria's 37 states, leading to extensive destruction of homes, farmland, and infrastructure. According to the European Commission's Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid programs, 238 people perished and 826 had been injured since the onset of the 2025 rainy season. More than 135,000 people have been displaced, with a total number of affected individuals approaching 400,000 nationwide. On October 14th, a powerful nor'easter has continued to battle the U.S. East Coast over that weekend, bringing destructive winds, torrential rainfall, and widespread flooding from the Carolinas to New England. At least 3 people have perished, including 2 in a plane crash in Massachusetts and 1 in New York. The storm has produced intense coastal flooding, strong winds, and heavy rainfall across several states, beginning on October 12th. Meanwhile, on October 13th, major flooding hit Colorado. The heavy rainfall from the remnants of Tropical Storm Priscilla triggered extensive flooding in southern Colorado from October 10th to the 12th. According to the National Weather Service, up to 6.3 inches fell at Wolf Creek Pass over 2.5 days, while Pegaso Springs Airport recorded about 3.1 inches. Now over in Mexico on October 11th, severe flooding triggered by days of heavy rainfall has taken 28 lives and caused widespread damage across central and southeastern Mexico. And this was caused by several days of intense rainfall. Officials warned that the number of victims could rise as emergency services continue to reach isolated areas. So those are just few of the floods that have occurred in the month of October. Let's look at the year just at a glance. In Pakistan, we saw huge floods on August 16th, August 31st, and September 12th. Nigeria, again, in June, urban river flooding. 151 unfortunately lost their lives. The United States, Texas, was a huge flash flood from July 4th to the 7th that took 100 lives. South Africa, multi-day storms and flooding in mid-June, 78 to 92 people. Bolivia, nationwide floods through March, a little less than 50. Nepal, monsoon floods and landslides, early October, around 50 people. The DR Congo, floods after torrential rains, May 10th, 62, perishing with over 50 missing. Northern China floods, late July, around 60 people. Vietnam, floods and landslides, late September, early October, around 50 people. Yemen, nationwide, flash floods in the rainy season, August through September, around 62 people. Now, of course, those numbers have changed over time of missing persons, but these are the most reliable sources from the AP and the UN relief sources. So there were more floods that have occurred in 2025. In fact, several more floods have occurred in 2025, but definitely numbers that we don't want to see. The pattern that we're seeing right now, Jesus described in the book of Luke chapter 17, verse 26, as it were in the days of Noah, so also shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. So by comparison, what were the days of Noah like? Well, I'll put it to you simply. The days of Noah were so evil that it actually repented God of creating man. There was violence, there was immorality, there was the mixing of the DNA between the Nephilim and the beautiful women in those days, otherwise known as the fallen angels. Are we seeing similar things today? Well, we are definitely seeing an increase of sin, an increase of violence, an increase of actually mixing the DNA. We're seeing humans with pigs and all sorts of things like that. So, and we're also seeing floods. But the difference between the flood in Noah's day is that that was judgment. I think today it's a warning and maybe possibly a little bit of judgment. But God promised that he would never again flood the entire earth. So are we seeing the days of Noah? Absolutely. And we are seeing even more signs than that. In fact, the earth beneath our feet is literally rocking and groaning for Christ's return. Let's look at the earthquakes that have occurred in the month of October. A 6.0, the Solomon Islands, October 26th. A moderate 5.5 earthquake struck Russia on October 25th. A strong earthquake swarm in Iceland, Monday, October 20th. A 6.1 earthquake in the Philippines, October 17th. A 6.5 in Papua, Indonesia, October 16th. A 6.3 in Drake Passage, October 16th. A 6.0 in the Philippines, October 11th. A 7.6 hits the Drake Passage, October 10th. A 6.7 aftershock in the Philippines after the 7.4 earthquake on October 10th. A 6.3 in Papua New Guinea, October 10th. A 6.0 Russia, October 9th. A 6.6 Papua New Guinea, October 7th. We're told in the books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke that we would see earthquakes in diverse places. What about volcanoes? The Tafton volcano has reawakened after 710,000 years of sleeping, revealing hidden hazards. That was reported on Monday, October 20th. Volcanic ash from the Siramu volcano in Indonesia on October 25th. Volcanic ash from Sangay volcano, Ecuador, on October 25th. A strong earthquake swarm shakes Kalta volcanic system in Iceland, Monday, October 20th. Record lava fountains in Hawaii, October 18th. High-level eruption at the Lutobi volcano, Indonesia, October 14th. Fine ash emissions and increased tremor in Chile, in Argentina, October 6th. Volcano awakens in Russia, October 4th. Dual lava fountains, again in Hawaii, October 1st. So there could be no denying right now that we are seeing some serious labor pains in the earth. The earth is literally groaning for Christ's return. We're seeing volcanoes wake up after being asleep for centuries. We're seeing earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing the heavens being shaken, and we're seeing parts of the earth being flooded. So definitely signs of the times. And Jesus told us that when you begin to see these things come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And that day is indeed fast approaching. But I want to hear from all of you, so please do leave your comments below this video. Come and visit me on my social media accounts as well as my website at www.cww7news.com. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, God bless and stay safe.